Hello, people. This is TBay007, or I like the handler Magetech. I'm going to be showing day one on Stardew Valley. Now, I am playing on the Nintendo Switch, but basically the same gameplay is available on PC, but you may be able to add mods to the PC version versus Nintendo Switch. So if you see other people with like different outputs and colors, that's why. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I'm gonna create a new game. I'm not gonna play co-op, so let's do that. I'm gonna randomize my appearance. That one's pretty good, actually. Let's see here. That's okay. Alright. So I'm gonna do an uppercase of mage. I'm doing this on the Pro controller, so it's a little bit different for me since I'm used to the other controllers for Nintendo Switch. So, do an uppercase. This game, I can't rave enough about it just because there's so much into it, and it's just amazing how much detail Concerned Ape put into this game. So, alright, and I'm gonna choose cat because the dog is really annoying with its barking. I don't know if that's ever gonna change. I'm gonna skip the intro as well, but if you want to watch what the premise or plot is, you can. Basically, you inherit well, I should say, spoiler alert, you inherit a farmland plot from your grandfather, and you quit your boring everyday job to go and take care of it. That's essentially it. Alright, so I start off, I'm moving very slow, so that's because I'm using the D-pad instead of the joystick. But you can do whatever you want. You can use the joystick, but I'm going to do auto run, always show tool hit, and placement tile. If I don't do those, I get very annoyed because I like to see where I'm placing stuff, as well as I like to always run. And there's some laughable things that go on. If you are part of a Stardew Valley group, people will post little comics, and there was one where the local NPCs are making a conversation against the new farmer who's always running. So, alright, let's open up our gift box. Ooh, we got parsnip seeds. Something to note, you should always go to the television. Sometimes you can gain recipes, but one of the biggest things I use it for is fortune teller and weather report. So, saying that I'm very displeased, that the spirits are displeased, which means my luck is low. Weather, sometimes they'll say it's going to rain tomorrow, which is awesome because you don't have to water the crops. Another thing to note is top right hand corner is the time. You want to keep track of the time because at 9 o'clock the store opens and you should buy as much seeds as you can. So let's get out there. Holy cow, this is a mess, right? Lots of work. So let's clean some of this stuff up. Another thing to note, your scythe doesn't use energy, so you can use it as much as you want and you don't have to worry about passing out. Let's see here. My cat's attacking me right now. She doesn't like me talking. I'm going to clear out the grass around the patch that I'm going to be using, mostly because Um, we I need that space, but you don't want to do that everywhere until you get silos, because the silos will collect. Basically, the grass turns into hay, and you basically use that for your farm animals, but that's not until a little bit later in the game. Let's see here. Just chopping stuff down because I need more wood to be able to build a chest. If you look here, there's a chest and it's 50 wood. I've been playing this off and on for about 2 years. So, I think 2 years? It might have been 1 year. I can't remember. I'm addicted. It's a good game though. Some people like first-person shooters. I tend to like RPGs. The other RPG that I like to play is Skyrim, but lately it hasn't been holding as much interest because I don't know, there's something about it that's almost boring, but some people could say this game's boring. I don't think that. Alright, place that down. Oh, it's 9 a.m. Alright, I'm going to store all of that stuff there, and I'm going to head over to Pierre's store. So Pierre's store is 2 screens to the right. Ooh, worms. So the other thing that you might have just noticed is if you see worms that are popping out of the ground, you can actually use your hoe and basically farm that area, and you can get miscellaneous artifacts or mud or stone, stuff that's handy. Let's see here. Let's look at that. Oh, so someday I'm gonna want to give a gift to Lewis, Mayor Lewis. I'm gonna talk to Marnie because she's cool, and Gus. So the reason why I'm doing that is because of these quests. This one is introductions 4 to out of 28 people. Once you hit 28, you get 100 gold, I believe, and then if you give a gift, you get another 100. I can't remember exactly, but let me talk to Pierre as well. Alright. So what I like to do is get at least 2 of the main seeds. The main seeds are going to be usually the first 4 seeds available here. Since we already have parsnips, I need to make sure I have bean, cauliflower, and potatoes, and the reason why is the community center will require 1 of each. Then I'm going to get a whole bunch of tulips because they're good to give as a gift. People don't seem to complain about them. Alright, so now I'm at 0 gold, which is fun. I'm going to run back and start planting things. I bet you guys like my do-do-do-do-do. The other thing to do is to also check around areas, because you'll see that there's different items here available, and I just got a whole bunch of dandelions. There's a leek, which I'm going to come back for after I farm. So, now to farm, you have to use your hoe until the ground, so that's 3. So just do that. So this is going to use up all of my parsnips. So I'm going to place each one down. So if you don't have the tile indicator on, you won't see where it's going to be placed. And it's just a pet peeve of mine. I like to see where things are going. Because sometimes, at least the Switch, it seems to, I wouldn't say glitch out, but it doesn't always place it where I'm expecting it. So if I see the indicator, I know exactly where it's going. as you can see, my energy to the bottom right here is getting low. I'm at 90 out of 270, so just something to keep track of. Once that starts turning red, it'll give you a warning saying you're starting to feel exhausted. If that happens and you keep on using energy, you could possibly pass out and lose items, so don't do that. Other thing to note, you'll see a whole bunch of people post like screenshots of their farm and how beautiful it is. You can do that. It's just it takes time to build it. That's the only issue. So let's water. All right. So place down the tulips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other thing is with tulips, if you have a honey, I think it's like a beehive, I think, that creates the honey. If you plant tulips around, the honey will start tasting like tulips, tulip flavored honey. But that's, once again, not till late in the game. So, alright. So, I have almost an empty bar, which is nice. So I'm gonna go and collect that. Now, another thing to note, because Scythe doesn't use any energy, you can use as much as you want. And if you clear out these bushes, sometimes you get mixed seeds. Mixed seeds are good because it's basically free cash. So if you get any, that's very handy to have. Right now I'm not having any luck, so that's not good. But I'm just going to keep on clearing out till I have a walkway to the south, and I'll explain that once I get there. Looks like I have a walkway to the south, but no mixed seeds. Darn. Alright. Sorry, my cat's about to pounce on me because she sees something. Alright. So, if you were ever to bring up the menu, it pauses the time of day, so if you do that, you don't lose any time. I've had it once or twice where I step away for like 5 or 10 minutes and suddenly it's 9 p.m. and I'm like, no, I wasted the whole day. So I just got wild horseradish. Yay. Ooh, there's another one. This is pretty lucky. So I almost have all of my community day items. I just need a daffodil, I believe. If I come across it, it'll be good. Ooh, lots of spring onions. So down south here, during the springtime only, there's a chance of having a whole bunch of spring onions. So I always check for those, and I use those to eat, to gain back energy. It's handy. And also increases your foraging level. Let's see here, there's nothing here. So let's just wander around. There's a little island here. If you ever get lost, you can bring up the menu item and then you can go to the map and you can look at where you are. So this is your farm. That's Marnie's ranch. This is a wizard's tower, so you can kind of use that as kind of a guideline. And all these places are actually easily available once you start unlocking other areas. So the mines right now aren't unlockable until I think after a week. Same with the community center. So, alright, there's not much else here, Lane. Well, guess I'll go back and clear out some more farm while I can, and hopefully I'll get a mixed seed so that I can show you guys what it looks like. But I'm not gonna hold my breath. Oops, I got the fiber there. It's kind of weird. It says it's fiber, so does that mean if you eat it, you know what happens? Alright. Let's go here. Come on, mixed seed. Ah, there's a mixed seed. Yes. So mixed seeds are basically random when you plant them. So they could be a parsnip, they could be a potato, they could be a cauliflower. But they change depending on the season. So right now you're in spring when it's your first day, but they can be pretty much any of those main crops, except for the bean sprouts for whatever reason. So let's keep on clearing things out. Man, this is an unlucky start. Normally I get like 3 or 4 mixed seeds. One. Lame. Let's see if there's anything up here. Sometimes there's some items up in this area. And it's getting dark, so I might want to clean up, get back, and sleep. Now, you have till 1:30 to actually sleep, but I usually like to give myself some padding, so usually it's 11:30 to 12 is when I run back to my cottage and sleep. You can do whatever you want. It can be risky. Sometimes I get ahead of myself and start mining, and then the next thing I know, they're like, "Oh, it's 1 o'clock. You may want to get back," and they do alert you, or well, the creator kind of alerts you, like saying, "Hey, it's around that time. You should probably get back before you pass out." And if you pass out, I think you have a chance of losing items, so just be aware of that. Alright. Coal. Alright. I am gonna go to sleep, and this is completing day 1. Thank you, everybody. This is Magetech. I am signing off. Oh, wait, never mind. I got level 1 foraging. That's very lucky. So now it's saying saving. Progress has saved. Alright. And it's the next day. I'll do another recording.